Man, where do I even begin? First, I want to say the matchmaking, right? I don't it feels a billion times worse, and the matchmaking in Marvel Rivals was never good. It was never good, ever. Not one day. There's not one day where it was good. And in season 9, it feels horrible. Every single match feels genuinely miserable to play. Just absolutely miserable. I've never had a season drag me through the mud so hard. I've almost gotten Celestial time and time again, and every single time I'm one game off, I get the most brain rotted teammates, 6 DPS mains, but the previous 8 games, 10 games it took to get to that point of one game off, I had perfect 2-2-2 comps. And obviously, you're not always going to have perfect comps like that, but every single time I'm one game off of ranking up that happens, it doesn't make sense, okay? It's clearly rigged. It's not even just me. The experience is very common. That's why I say that. And that's an old argument. It's a very old argument, and it's still like that, which is not, it's not okay. So the matchmaking still feels god awful, and the roles for the DPS just it's so like the ones we have added has only made it worse. Every single game, there's at least 3 to 4 DPS mains, and 2 of them are like flexing, or one of them is flexing. They're not good at it because all they do is play DPS. And mind you, I, I'm a DPS main, funny enough, but I'm a good DPS main. Okay, my win rates on all the DPS characters that I play is 70%. Okay, I win a lot on that role. Okay, I've gotten to eternity on DPS. Okay, I'm quite good at it. Okay, but these guys playing DPS, insta-locking DPS, insta-locking Spider-Man, insta-locking Black Panther, insta-locking all these characters, Dive, just even Bucky and Elsa, they're just horrible. Okay, I'm gonna say it. 8 times out of 10, they are awful. They do not understand the characters. They do not understand how to play them. They don't have the skill. They don't have the aim. They don't have the game sense. They don't have the mechanical skill on the melee heroes. They just don't have it. Okay, they just don't have it. And it's so frustrating if I'm in a flex tank or flex heal, and that's not a big deal, but if I'm going to do that and then watch the DPS players go 3-5, or they'll go like 5-2 for one round of domination and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing good." No. No, you're not. Okay, if your score is like under 8 for the first 5-8 minutes of the game in a game like Marvel Rivals, you're not doing good on DPS. Okay, you're not. You're just not doing good. I don't care about this context, the situation. You're doing bad and you suck at the role. Okay, it's just. I swear to God, I hate these people. Anyway, I don't want to rant about one thing for too long. I want to move on, set to set. So that's the player base, it's still really, really bad. And it's so tilting. So we have the matchmaking, that's terrible. And the player base, that's pretty terrible. But season 9, it introduced a lot of the team up changes, and that was good. I liked it. I think that day 1 patch they put out was horrible, and I think it actually killed a lot of the fun. Was like, for example, was Psylocke strong? Was she maybe overpowered? Nobody can actually answer that question. Nobody. Nobody can give you a genuine response. Now you might be asking why. It's because no one really got to play it. It wasn't even out for like 24 hours until that patch got released. That emergency patch got released. It wasn't even out for that long. No one knows. There might be, you know, like if that didn't happen, there might have been so many different ways with all the new team ups and changes to deal with that sort of aggression from those characters. And not even Psylocke, they made the already strong characters even stronger and then left the weak ones or the commonly forgot ones in the dirt again.
Let's do this.
Like, we went and buffed Invis, and I don't, God, I hate talking about this character because I just hate her so much. But we gave her everything everyone tried to revert and change. For example, the shield. The self shield. We went and gigabuffed that to the moon. Literally everybody hated that. Everybody.
Got eyes on some
Everybody hated it. I know a handful of Invis players who literally hated that because it just made everyone play dumber and ban her, you know? But we went and gigabuffed it. Dude, come on, dude. What are you doing, man? What are you thinking? No one wanted, no one liked that. No one enjoyed that. So maybe like 5 people. Anyway. So the balance is pretty horrible. The meta, right, is what I should probably, the umbrella term. Double gun. Double gun is the meta. Instead of kind of like where it was kind of, you more often than not, you would want to see one gun in one melee. And that added a lot of variety. It also added a lot of potential for the people playing those roles. You know, you would just have a lot more fun because there was just more variety, more freedom, more possibilities. Instead, it's just Bucky Elsa. Bucky Elsa. Hella Bucky. Bucky. Let's see. Punisher. Yep. Bucky Punisher. Hella Punisher. Namor Hela is still really strong. None of those characters have received any nerfs. In fact, Namor only gets buffed. This character only gets buffs. I don't recall any nerfs to this character with AI aim. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe because Spider-Man's in the game, right? That's the thing too. Get this ugly ass character off of my thing. I hate this character so much. This character, oh, like, uninteractable slop. Uninteractable slop right here. Complete uninteractable. I feel such a hatred for this character. It's insane. But yeah, the meta is incredibly boring and it's unfun. There's no variety, and if you try to add variety, you're just gonna get screwed over by all the team ups that were added. For example, Elsa's trap. No one ever bans Elsa, which is funny because she is so incredibly strong. And if it's not Elsa, it's just like the 5, 7 other poke heroes in the game that can stop you from having fun. And what I mean by having fun is playing pretty much any character. I'm not solely talking about dive. I'm talking about you want to play Hela? Well, good luck, because Elsa is bouncing around the map with a 3-second dash, a 5-second dash, doing 275 from 40 meters away, and you're dead. Or Bucky generating 500 overshield from pressing buttons, random button mashing. I can go on and on. My point is, it has really burnt me out. It is seriously burnt me out so bad. And I hate saying that because it's not the only thing that's happened. It's also drained me. It's drained the fun out of the game. The amalgamation of everything that I just explained has drained the fun out of this game drastically. It is so hard for me to have fun in this game right now. It is so, so difficult. And you know what's crazy? I'm playing poke. I don't even play dive anymore. In fact, I hate dive. I can I could make an hour-long video
Trouble has
talking
arrived.
about how much I despise dive and everything about it. And I used to play it so much. I used to be really good at it. One of the best, I dare say, just based off statistics alone. But so I'm playing a lot of poke. And even though I'm doing that,
A war like
I
this
find
requires a
myself
lifetime of
incredibly
adventure.
drained.
Double kill.
I just. Anyway, I don't want to go on and on. I've actually been battling with a video like this about making it because I don't want to be just complaining. I don't want to be too biased. I don't want to be anything like that, but it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening, and at this point, it is incredibly hard to have fun on this game. You know, the final thing that I want to talk about is it's nearly impossible to take this game seriously. And I'm a pretty competitive player. I like to win. I like to play what's gonna win. I like to bring things to the highest level. I like to, you know, have a lot of skill expression. From day one, this game has always hated skill expression.
Not today.
And that's okay. It's a decision. But it, after so long, it's one of those things that have really added up to draining me. Where
Nothing personal.
I almost feel, and you know, a lot of people might argue the opposite of this, but with the recent team ups, I don't think it raised the skill ceiling. I think it lowered the skill floor. That's what I believe. And I know that might be a little disagreed upon, but now that everyone's kind of settled into what does what, I don't think I just don't think it raises it. Not to mention the balancing makes it so
That's three.
you just, it's hardly about skill. It's more about who's playing the more broken character.
Not today.
So, yeah. This game is anything but competitive, and again, that's okay. But I don't like that it's anything but competitive. One,
One down.
because I'm a competitive player, and two, because they have tourneys. They have LAN events going on right now with a $500,000 prize pool. I think last year it was like in the millions. Was that a dream?
Incoming.
Did I dream that? Was that not a $1 million+ tourney? You know, was that not the case? Did I dream that? I don't think I did. How can you call this game casual when there are extremely expensive tourneys, competitive tourneys going on? I feel like when you involved esports, you can't make the argument that the game is casual. It trumps the argument of casualness.
Three down.
It trumps it.
Wow, four in a row.
It beats the argument entirely when you add literal esports to the game. I feel like you're just lying when you call this game casual and do that. but
Double KO.
they do it anyway. And they balance it like there are no tourneys. They balance it like there's no competitive integrity by any means. And there hardly is, mind you. There hardly is any competitive integrity into this game.
Amazing.
Target
Again,
neutralized.
that's by choice, and that's fine. You know, if that's how you want to make your game, I understand.
Unbelievable.
But why are you doing tourneys then? Because the marketing team for Marvel Rivals doesn't hardly anything.
Not today.
And the balancing team does just whatever the hell they want. Evidently, they do whatever they want.
Another one on my
And
list.
then we just throw in, oh yeah, by the way, there's this extremely life-changing tourney that could literally change your the entire course of your entire adult life.
Incoming.
Oh, but we're gonna give these insane abilities that make zero sense unless you look at it from a casual view. Okay, whatever. That's pretty much everything. I don't have anything else extra to say. I'll just end it here.